series just showing you how to use the Brokers Alliance website to start an application. Now, once you start an application, it'll be pretty obvious going through it. You just follow the steps to go through it and get it done. But they have all these apps and tools. So what we've done so far is we've used this quick links to determine life insurance needs. We've done an illustration and also shown you where to go to the when you get your Instabrain set up, how to start an application there. Once you do that, the Instabrain site is very, very easy, and you just do it. You just follow the steps on that. But to start an IUL or a final expense policy, you come down here to submit an e-application. Now for the life insurance products, you're going to use this one, the iGo e-application. The Luma is for annuities and things like that. So we're going to come here, and this is going to take you to a pipeline. This is a site that a lot of the IMOs use. Similarly, Brokers Alliance uses it to manage their applications and getting things submitted. So to do this, to start an application, we're going to start a new case. So put in some basic information. Example client. And you can put in the this is just the description. What it'll show up as as when you look through your case files. So you can name it with their name, last name, what it is, all of that, what they're doing. So it gives pretty much examples of things. Then you come down here and you can select what state and the product type. Now, they have the product types for IULs here, or if you're doing a term life that isn't a Instabrain product, you can have all of those here. They have a bunch of other things down all the way through annuities and all these different things. One of the things I just had answered was that if you do end up writing any final expense policies, you actually want to come up and look under whole life to find those products. For the final expense category, it's a little bit of a glitch that there's only really one product that shows up here, but the rest of them show up under whole life. So generally speaking, we like the Mutual of Omaha final expense policies. They usually are a little bit better. It's easier to deal with them and just better customer service all around for that. And those products are going to be under the whole life category. But we are doing a IUL, which is Indexed Universal Life. So we click Indexed Universal Life and then find available products. So as a reminder, we did so you can see there's lots of different options that we have access to. So we did a Mutual of Omaha Income Advantage is what we did. So Income Advantage, we're going to do a full application here. I'm not exactly sure the difference between these two, but the drop ticket or the full application, but we're just going to select this. So producer lookup. So you can have it all here. All right, then it'll find me, select user. Okay. So it'll go through the application, and as you do this the first couple of times, if you want, we can make sure to be able to walk you through it and make sure that it's all done correctly. So, but as we go through it, it'll show you which sections need more information. So here it already preloaded some of the basic information of this example client. You choosing their marital status, social security number, all of that, their physical address, email address, driver's license. So we will need a fair amount of information to do this. So before you sit down with the client, it might be good for you to start the application, fill out the information that you know, and then you can get a list of what information that you will need. So for the plan information, this is where doing the illustration is useful, because it's like, okay, we know that they can put away $500 a month, but we want to maximize their savings. So how much insurance are we actually applying for in that case? And if you remember, in this case, when we did the calculations, it ended up being we are applying for a total death benefit of $133,000. So when we come back to the application, this is where we want to do that. You can either do the exact amount, or we can round a little bit. Whatever works best. So and then we just start filling it out. So specified amount plus accumulated value. So option 2 is the increasing death benefit. And then when they stop contributing, that's when we switch it to a level benefit, and we're going to have to do that manually. So this is where making sure to stay on top of things and be able to have good customer service all the way through is important. This is the percentages of what of the options, of things, which is where the illustration comes into play when we have all those different options of divisions of how it got split up. So there are, I don't know what page it was on, but there was those options of those different things that we could split it up at, to be able to be, obviously these things need to be added to 100% total of the fixed account versus the 100% participation, high yield, all of these things, putting in there, and then going through and putting in their beneficiaries, their finances, their insurance history. It's all pretty self-explanatory to go through. And then at the end of it, they'll have the option of being able to sign electronically, that we can send to the client to have them sign and then submit. And then overall, that's pretty easy. Then after we do that, we go to My Cases to see the status of it. We can see if it's started, if it's under review, if there's any actions that are needed, and then we can communicate with the people at Brokers Alliance, and they can help make sure that their caseworkers are getting things through and making sure that there's no missing documents or anything like that. So, like I said, relatively straightforward. How to do that? The biggest thing, like I said, is using these illustrations to figure out how much life insurance they are in fact applying for. So that's an important thing. That's why illustrations are really important, so that we know this number of how much insurance they're actually applying for. So hopefully that helps, and good luck as we kick things off and we get things going more and more. Thanks. Reach out with any questions.